Hello, everybody! It's Scorpion's Fatality here, and with the finished head that I have been totally not procrastinating for a while. Beautiful. I wanted to make a little PSA video. I have seen a fuck ton of videos where fursuiters, costumers, performer, whatever you want to call it, get their costume ripped, destroyed, their tail pulled on. Apologies for sniffling. I have a cold. I thought I would give a little personal story. When I was at Anthrocon, I've gone to Anthrocon 2016 all 4 days, and then last year 2017 I only got to go 3 days for reasons I can't talk about. So I was where the first time I went to Anthrocon, I was in a fursuit, which was version 1. This is version 2 of Duchess. She's my child. Yes, she's cross-eyed. The story behind the cross-eyed is when I originally made her, I had no idea how to do eyes. It was back in 2016. I made my second head in, actually, I made the head in 2 days. Don't do that. It was horrible. And I suffered because of it. So the eyes, I had plastic mesh, and I had construction paper. I had it black glued here with a little thing of orange, and then I had a little bit of white, because I'm like, oh, I gotta be able to see, but I want them to have pupils, but if I have the pupil in the middle, I won't be able to see. And then it ended up being like this. The eyes were over here. But, so the reason why I'm talking about this is I had not had that much experience with fursuiting. I had my first head, who has been refurbished. She's over there. I'm not grabbing her. She has another head on top of her. I do not have the paws anymore. I have one, but I don't feel like grabbing it. They were elastic on the top, and it was just this shitty hoof paw. If you look at my Anthrocon 2016 videos, you'll see the whole suit. It was a full partial. I had wings sewn to my shirt. I had these atrocious paws that were like bricks, with elastic glued all over the place. And I had a 6-foot tail. At the time, I didn't know what I was doing, so I did have help from my mother to sew the said tail, and I still have the tail. It's had some mega repairs done. The whole thing was ripped apart and re-sewed. It was in panels. Let me just get some scrap fabric. You know what? I'm just gonna do it like this, because I don't have any other way. Alright, you see, we have a piece of fake fur that was sewn like that. The fur was sewn on the fur, and there was a little pocket. Yeah, you can tell how that went. My tail would get caught in anything, and you just hear rip, and I was like, oh no. So I was in the headless lounge fixing it. Thankfully, I actually know how to sew now because of some really friendly people in the headless lounge. There was a male seamstress, I remember that, and then his daughter, who was in a cheetah fursuit with like a 9-foot tail, and it was like rainbow spots, and it was gorgeous. And I still thank her to this day, even though I haven't met her again. But I still appreciated it. But anyway, and I'm not going to talk about who I was with because no. So I had this much vision. No, it's more of this much vision. Not exaggerating. I would grab the eye that I have left. The other one got totally shredded up, ripping it out of the head. But also, my eyes used to be extremely deep in the head. I don't know why. I thought that was the only way you could get a follow me, if you put the eyes about this much into the head. And it was bad, because you've got no vision. So, I couldn't see anything. The head didn't have liner. You have a front flap for the neck. You have a back flap for the back. I didn't know. I was rushing. I was trying to get everything done. And so, people tried to pull my tail. All I hear is someone scream, "They're gonna pull your tail!" I booked it. Oh, it was so bad. I had flat shoes on. Also, don't use clay for fursuit horns and teeth, and hollow out that fucking muzzle. You'll thank me later. Lord, bad memories. So another thing is with that suit is the jaw was sewn shut. And even when I tried to take it off, well, I undid the thing. If you notice in some of my videos, she has a bow around her muzzle. Her jaw was falling off because it was a bucket. And the muzzle was shoved inside the hole, and the jaw was shoved inside the hole, as was my first suit, my second suit, and my third suit. She was my second. But last year at Anthrocon, here comes the scary thing. I was wearing my fourth suit. I had planned on retiring him after the convention and making him a new head, which he has. It's over there on my first head that I refurbished. I just don't feel like grabbing him because that's a whole nother video. And I actually did refurbish his old head. I peeled off the fur, threw it away. Oh, it was horrifying. And then I carved out more for the mouth, because his mouth was so tiny, you got maybe this much oxygen coming in. And again, it was the deep eyes, but it was even worse than my second head. So I go to Anthrocon. I might as well just explain the whole thing. I was staying in the West End last year, and so I was gonna be with my friends, Kayla, and let's call the other person Bomb, because I know their name, but whatever. So I had to take the trolley with my dad, because Pittsburgh is terrifying. I only go into the city for Anthrocon. But so I have Moonglow version 1, who again is now another head. He's just been skinned and got a little upgrade. Actually, a big upgrade. Who am I kidding? I had this big fursuit tote, which I still hate to this day, because my feet paws were so big. Hell, you can only fit 2 heads in it. Even if they're tiny. It's annoying. So, I have my fursuit tote, which just has my 2 feet paws in it, and then my other fursuit accessories and, like, just necessities, I guess. And, I have a suitcase that's on wheels. It was from a thrift store, so whatever. Thrift stores are nice, okay? So I have those two items, and this tote is huge. It's on wheels, so you could just wheel it around. I apologize this video is getting long, but I want to just get it out there. So I get... Oh! I forgot to mention the last two items that I had on me. I had a, Oh, and I have my wings in the, bag. Little chicken wings. I had a, I think it was an 8-foot tail. I don't remember the exact measurements. It's unstuffed right now to be washed, so I can't exactly say anything. So I have that, and it's so big. And of course, my fursuit tote is tiny as shit, which I wish I just stuffed it in there and made it work, so it would be less of a hassle. So I have to carry a tail in two clear garbage bags that are taped together crudely. I have my tote, and I have my suitcase, and I have a garbage bag with a head. And I'm not going to grab the head that I had, because I don't want to. He's not ready to be revealed. He is, but you know. This head is huge. My bucket heads are ginormous. And she's made on a bucket, and all of my old heads are made on buckets. Up till about maybe mid last year, I finally stopped using buckets as my method. I use strips, which is much lighter and much more convenient. So, I have to carry a suitcase, a giant-ass fursuit tote, a fursuit head that's in a bag, a giant tail that's in two bags taped together. And I didn't have the tail on the tote. I didn't have it tied down or anything. I had to carry that. I had to lug both of those around. No, it's not fun. Honestly, I wish I just wore the tail and just dealt with the stains that I got on it. I don't care. Also the trolley, don't ever use it as transportation unless you're in the city and you're just using it to travel around. It's terrible, cause I went on the trolley, I went to pay, the pay thing's broken, had to get off at another stop that was close by, wait 20 minutes, get on another trolley, pay, and then go, and then try to get to the West End. I think it was like Woodrow Avenue or something. I don't remember. I don't remember what the address was that we got dropped off, like the street. But I can't remember. That's gonna bother me. So we get to the West End. I have to wait for my two buddies because Bomb is the one who booked the room, and they're the one who's gonna get us inside. So, I'm waiting on my friend Kayla, who's also known as Muffin. And so, I'm waiting outside of the West Inn, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna suit up. And so, I unlock my tote, I have it on the ground, and I start suiting up. Keep in mind, I was only a partial suitor. I just finished. This fluffy thing has been finished since October. I just don't want to show it off yet. That was my first bodysuit. It's plantigrade. I just finished my digigrade of this noodle 2 days ago. I was going to say yesterday, but no, it's 2 days ago. And I was... Well, the thing is about my tails, too, how I used to do my floor draggers, which I am actually fixing on all of them. even my oldest one that's going to be retired as soon as I get the fur to make another one for her, I had either a scarf sewn on or I made a custom fabric. I took some fabric and made a belt out of it, sewed it on, and we're good. Well, so I was getting in suit. Keep in mind that my old suits were so heavily padded, especially Moonglow, I couldn't hear anything. Everything was muffled. If you wanted to talk to me, you had to scream, because I couldn't hear. It was just how my suit was. And again, I was planning on retiring him right after the convention. And I wish I just wore another head. I wish I wore her, even though she was unlined at the time. But I had limited options, and I was like, all right, I gotta go. I only brought my one head too, so I was just rushing. So I get to the West End and I'm getting suited up. I usually just go in whatever order I can, but this time I started with the feet paws, and I did the tail, I did the arms, and I did the head, or I did the wings, and then I don't remember. The arms were very tight and actually bruised the shit out of my arm because I didn't use elastic. I had a method at the time where I would just make it super tight going up, so then if it would just stay in place because I didn't have any elastic to grab on, even though it was a hoof. I did the first time though, the first paws that I've ever made. Yeah. But so I'm suiting up, and this creepy lady comes up to me, and she's like, "Can I take a photo of you while you're getting in your costume?" And I'm like, keep in mind that I was in my feet paws, and my head was sitting on the cement wall next door, and I was like, I was weirded the fuck out, because I'm like, what? Why? And so I'm like, sure, because I'm just waiting for my friend, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Ironically, my video camera broke during the con, and I was sad. I had really nice, I had stuff I wanted to record. Hence why there's only one HD video that I uploaded on my channel of Anthrocon last year. That was with my camera before it died. The screen would not turn on, and the factory even said it's gonna cost like $10 bajillion in repairs. And so, excuse me, I go and get suited up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And again, my old suits, even her, who I'm taking to TakoshaCon, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, I'm gonna be at Techo this year, next month. Excuse me. And this full suit, her padding is right on my ears. You have to be loud. Or else I can't hear. Or try talking, as stupid as it sounds, close to the mouth. Try talking close to my eyes. Just don't get in my face, be like, what are you doing? Yeah, don't shove your face into my fursuit. I don't appreciate it. So, these advertisers come up to me. After I get in my partial, I have my wings on, I got my feet, I got my tail. I'm trying not to let my tail drag because I didn't have a sheath at all at the time on it, which is basically just a cover, so if it drags, it doesn't get dirty, the cover gets dirty, and it saves the tail from having to wash it every second. Because tails, big tails like that, you have to unstuff it and wash the fur and then restuff it. or let it dry, which takes days. Keep brushing it, and then restuff it. And you gotta wash the stuffing too, and it's just a pain in the ass. So, oh boy. So these advertising people come up to me and they're like, hey, can we take your photo? And I'm like, sure. Because I'm like, okay, this is cool. People want to take my photograph. Neato. So I have no idea what's going on. I can barely hear. I have no ventilation. I have almost no vision. Again, oh darn, I don't have a head nearby that has the shitty eyes. Ugh, they're all on the bean shelf. But keep in mind, the fursuit eyes are this sunken into the head. Her eyes don't look that bad. Add on this much. Yeah, you could not see for shit. And my friend can even tell you how bad it was, because I recorded a video of her trying on my head, which is also from my camera before it broke. You can see the pre-registration line too. It's horrid. So these advertising people, again, I can't see. I have no idea what's going on, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. And so they take photos of me with this professional camera, and they're holding up mascots or something in front of my face. I have no idea. I like to stay in character, which is a bad habit, because I need to break character more often, because I put my safety really needs to start coming first. Which I do take off my head wherever I am. I don't care who's around me. I'm not gonna overheat again like I did my first time that I used to suit. I almost fainted. I had heat strokes in the parade, both times that I was in the parade, last year and the year before. I was like, I'm gonna go through the parade and I'm gonna be fine. The first time, again, black fur, no ventilation, no vision. I actually almost had a heat stroke. I actually did. I almost threw up in my head. So after all that, I was pissed. I was like, is somebody using my character in my suit for advertising their shit? I wanted to go up to them and, like, punch them, but I had no idea what was going on until later. And I still never found out what happened to my photo. They took multiple, so I'm here like, yeah, don't ever say yes to photos that are for big companies. Like, even if you think, oh yeah, nothing will happen, you don't know what's gonna happen with those photos. So, don't trust them. Again, if anyone knows where photos of Moonglow are, please send them to me via Facebook, Steffi Rose. Excuse me. But after that, I saw this one suitor. I know exactly who it is now, and I want to punch them so hard in the face until they fucking get their nose broken, because they almost broke my nose. My fursuit at the time, since he was my fourth head, he was very, 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 very heavy, and his muzzle was very solid, which even refurbishing it, it was impossible to make it not that solid. It's still pretty damn thick and solid. It's annoying, because I can't fix it. Because I don't have yellow fur anymore, so, yeah. Ooh, that gave away who it might be. So, they start smashing my muzzle in. My muzzle is about here. This is as much room as I got between my face and the mask. And so they start bashing my face in, booping. And I could feel my nose just getting pounded. My glasses at the time were these, I don't have them right now. They're somewhere. I just don't know where. In a case somewhere. I had plastic frames and they were already broken. The one side was, instead of being straight, it was like this. And, my frames were cracking, and it was just hell. And so I'm fighting to, like, get back, and I'm like, squeak, squeak! Actually, it wasn't a squeaker, it was a diaphragm call, which are amazing. It was a turkey call. And so I'm like, I'm backing up, and I'm trying to turn away, and every time I turn, they're just bashing my face in. Which, I would say who it is, but I'm not positive on the name, so... I know exactly what they are. I know exactly what they look like. They have a squeaker in the nose, and I want to punch them. You don't touch other suitors. You don't. I don't care if you want to be cute and go, oh, I can boop you. The only time is when a suitor comes up to you and they give you consent. If you don't get consent, and they're just like looking and they're being all curious like I was, oh, so cute! That's what they did. That's what they fucking did. They're like, oh, aren't you cute? I mean, this is foam. I mean, she's hollowed, as you can tell. She has a cleft lip. She has ventilation. But the thing is, with my head, you know what? Screw it. I'm just grabbing Pop. I'm not gonna show. Oh, I show him. This is the head that I took to Anthrocon, but he was much less nice. I'll do a video of him later. This muzzle is solid. Imagine getting this smashed into your face. Over and over and over. To fix this head was not fucking easy. So I'm getting my face bashed in, and I am, like, trying to get away. And so after all of that shit, Kayla finally arrives. We go to the convention center because Bomb is still not there. We're still waiting on them. So we get to the pre-reg. I am, like, dying. And the security guard was so fucking nice. Because I had all my luggage and she had hers. And he was like, we're like, we can't get in our hotel. We're waiting on our friend. And we're about to go up the escalator. He's like, oh, no, let me just get you into the elevator. And I'm like, I love you. Oh, that guy was so nice. I was so happy. So we go in the elevator and we go up, and the registration line is looping around the entire fucking floor. It was terrifying. So if for Anthrocon, always wait until after pre-registration, like maybe an hour or two afterwards, so the line dies. There's no rush. Nothing really happens on the first day. Because then there'll be no one. And that's what we did. So we sit by one of the columns and we're just talking and stuff. I'm not going to go into everything that happened, but because I know everything that happened and I would prefer not to talk about every single thing. So we get, it's later on in the day, we get back, we go to the West End, then we come back, and then we pick up our passes. And then, I don't remember what day it was. I think it was the first or second day of Anthrocon, because we got there on Thursday, the first day. And this was 2017. So I have this long draggy tail, because in 2016 it all went fine. Nobody grabbed my tail, nobody pulled on it. Somebody tried to step on it, but you know what? That was the only thing that happened. So everybody this time around is a fucking immature bitch, and somebody actually manages to rip the tail. How do I know this? Well, I hand sew, and I know my seams. I know what I have done, what I haven't done. The tail going down, it is double sewn. The fur itself, that's double stitched by hand. Don't believe me? That's by hand. I hand sew. Machines are shit. Also, you have to know how to hand sew a neck regardless, so whatever. So I have my floor dragger tail, and instead of being about 6 feet, which hers is whatever, it's about 7, maybe 8 feet long, and it's blue. If you watch my videos, I'll link some below. You can see it. Everybody's trying to grab it and shit. But the belt that I had sewn on, it was only single stitched, but I had reinforced it like hell. Half of it was ripped off. And I didn't get that tail caught in anything. Somebody had to have pulled it. I know because I have worn tails that are even heavier than that, which was my first. So some dickbag had to rip my tail. And I was sitting down with my friends, and I was distracted. We were all talking, and Kayla did something amazing, and she had a sewing kit on her, and she sewed up the tail, and I was like, I didn't even notice! I just feel my tail being tugged on. I'm like, eh! Oh, it was great. She sews that up, and then I'm like, oh man, do I gotta carry my tail the whole time? Which was annoying. Later on in the convention, I bought a body harness for my fursuit, and Kayla bought me a leash, which I still thank her for. And we made this weird-ass rig, and it was so uncomfortable, because that tail was on my shoulder the entire time, and it weighed so much. It was not fun. I had bruises all over my arms. I had bruises from the paws, and then I had bruises from having to carry the tail. Because we had it like it was a purse thing almost, and then I had to loop it over again, and it was bad. So I get into the dealer's den. I think it was Friday because I left Saturday night. It's either Friday or Saturday. So I am. My friend Kayla's talking to a Deadpool cosplayer, out of all of them I know. And there's open space, and it's cool. And I have my tail down. It might have been Friday or Thursday, I don't remember. Honest, I don't. And I am relaxed, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I think I had my head on, but I don't remember. That head had so poor ventilation, and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy Anthrocon last year like I wanted to. Because that head was horrid. I honestly wish I would have just given in and worn a lined head and just dealt with it, with being uncomfortable. It was that bad. So I get there, I'm in the room, and this asshole suitor tries to grab my tail. I think I was in suit. I'm pretty sure I was. I had my head on. And, they're chasing my tail trying to grab it, and they almost did grab it, because I felt it being pulled. And I'm like, I didn't want to break character. So, it just... If you see somebody with a dragging tail at a convention or a meetup or whatever, don't touch it. Don't touch the tail. If you want to talk to the person and ask, hey, that's a cool tail, can I look at it? They'll probably say yes, but don't touch it. I don't care if it's cute. I don't care if it's big and fluffy. I really don't care. Because that tail took me, it was back when I was still getting the hang of sewing. It took me about 2 months to sew that tail properly, because I took my time. And everybody just wanted to rip it. And I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna wear this tail too much anymore then. I had brought a smaller tail and a belt, and I wore that to, like, small things, like the rave and stuff. It was not fun, and I'd never want to have to go through that again, where I'm afraid to wear my costume that I spent so long on, and so much money, and so much time, because I make these things myself. Nobody helps me. And it's not cheap. It's expensive. I have a job, and I paid for these myself. So it's heavily appreciated that you don't touch them. For anyone's. Because if you damage it, you have to pay. I don't care if it's an accident or what. Tell the goddamn suitor what you fucked up. I don't care if you think that, oh, it's just a little thing, or they don't need to know, or I don't have the money. Dudes, if you accidentally step on my tail, get beside me and say, excuse me, and I'll look at you and just tell me, hey, I accidentally stepped on your tail. I am so sorry about that. I didn't mean to. And I'll probably be like, oh, well, thank you for telling me. You're fine. But if you're an asshole and you step on the tail, or you stand on the tail to be funny, it's not funny. Don't harass fursuiters or costumers or performers. I don't care who it is. You're not funny. You'll have to pay. You'll get a lot of shit. And for good reason. Just don't be that guy. And if you're gonna travel with your fursuit, what I've heard, the best way is get either a ginormous duffel bag for your head, or heads, whatever, or get a hardware portable thing, whatever, a box for your hardware, like hardware tools that's on wheels, and then you can transport them easier, and it's hard. Which I'm gonna have to buy one of those because, ugh. Transporting is not easy. So yeah, I just felt like I should share my story of Anthrocons and just say, don't fuck with fursuiters. Don't touch us. I don't care if you're drunk, if you're using, oh, I was drunk as an excuse, or whatever. Don't. If you get drunk at a convention, stay away from the fursuiters then. Just be respectful, be mature, and don't be a fucking asshole who has to pull on tails and shit, because I didn't enjoy my convention just because everybody wanted to grab my suit. And I spent a lot of money. I saved up a lot of money, I mean, to go there, and then the hotel was a bitch to pay for. So yeah, don't be fucking immature at conventions, or anywhere. Be respectful! These costumes are not cheap. Look how much fake fur costs. Even at Joann Fabrics, where I've been going for, like, the past 2 years because reasons. Which hopefully is going to change very soon, which I'm very happy to announce. I'm just trying to get rid of everything I have right now. Just use it all up. And then I'm going to start hopefully ordering nice furs. From, like, online and such, which I'm very proud to announce will be hopefully this year. So yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to my rambling. I'm very sorry it went on this long. I did not expect it to be, like, 40 minutes, but whatever. Also, I have another phone, like I said in my last video, so very happy to announce that the audio issue will be gone, and I have hotspot on here, so like you saw in my TecoCon Teco videos that I uploaded and stuff, those are from my computer. So now I can take HD videos, edit them, and then upload them to YouTube. And it'll be much nicer and probably more appreciated than this. So yes, thank you very, very much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for, I think it was 269 subscribers. Holy fuck. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very, very much. And I'm not forcing anybody to subscribe to me. I have a wonky schedule that I upload. Actually, I don't have any. Who am I kidding? I just upload whenever I feel like it. Thank you very much. Hopefully today I will be doing either a suit-up video or a, just a full suit video of, this Bean's, bodysuit and such. So yes, keep an eye out on that. Hopefully I will get that done today. Hopefully soon. Just get it out of the way. Thank you very, very much for watching this whole video. I'm so sorry it took forever. Bye!